I hope that you can see there's a butterfly on the inside of these. Not even sure what this one is called. Air Max 90 SE. I don't know what the nickname is, but it's an SE, which means that it's an elevated model. You have a linen Air Sprung. It says Air Sprung here on the side. Is this like a spring version of the shoe? I should have looked this up. This almost feels like a crepe material. It doesn't even feel like suede. Linen canvas on the toe box. Nike grind underfoot. You can see the circle there. You have a butterfly on the inside of the left shoe. You have these mushrooms at the heel. Now, that mushroom is not secured very well, yo. Not at all. Gosh, that's some cheap manufacturing here. In my head, when I see something like this, I automatically think it's Velcro, and it pulls off way too easy. So I can actually see this shoe swoosh. I can see this shoe, it went on StockX. I can actually see this shoe coming back because this thing is going to pull off in transit. I almost feel like it is. But there are some really interesting material choices on this shoe. This is the Air Max 90 SE, and I'm just going to hold it up the whole time because I actually do need to wipe it off a little bit. It's got a little bit of a black dirt right here on the inside. Air Max 90 SE, the color is Sesame Rush Pink Coconut Milk. And it's got those mushrooms on the back and a butterfly on the inside, and it says Air Sprung as opposed to Air Max. I'm actually going to pick this up where it typically says Air Max on the side panel of the shoe on the mud guard. It says Air Sprung. On the interior, Air Sprung on both sides. It says Air Sprung on both sides, so I do need to get to the close-up so you guys can see that. But the style code is DM8171-200. This shoe is the box that doesn't have a label. The SRP tag, and it has a rounded label. Kind of, troublesome, but it's not necessarily troublesome. It's just a change in the way Nike is doing things, man. I like to think of Nike as the company that's kind of infallible, that doesn't make a lot of mistakes, but I have to admit, Nike's making a lot of mistakes lately. A lot of mistakes, man. And it's an interesting thing to see. Where this is usually plastic or TPU right here on this Air Max 90, it's kind of a suede fabric material. I'm going to have to look these fabrics up because I'm not sure what fabrics these are. But on this Air Max 90, you can see the TPU, right? On this shoe, it's not TPU. It's actually a fabric. So this is in the SE, and it features what looks like a linen, a canvas, muslin, M-U-S-L-I-N is what I'm thinking this material is because it does not feel like suede. Doesn't feel like suede. And then at the heel, it's got those mushroom patches, and then on the interior, it's got that butterfly on the left shoe. Let's get to some of the details for authenticating the shoe. On the back of the tongue, it says swoosh and then just do it. The size label, what we have is JJS. That's a new one for me. I've never seen JJS for the small code, but the rest of it is made in Indonesia. The dates of production, 06-15-21 to 09-13-21. 09-13-21. Let's pick this up. 09-13-21, and the stamp on the inside of the box is messed up, so we really can't use that. I'll try to make it out. Looks like a 10-25. Yeah, it's it's not even stamped completely, and you don't have a QC sticker, so we won't worry about that aspect of it. And in regard to helping you guys authenticate your pairs, once again, these came from Nike, so it came this way. I know you're probably looking at the toe like, man, that shape is weird. There's no paper stuffed into the shoe the way Nike used to ship their shoes. Now, you're going to get a lot of shoes that are shipped this way because of the move to zero pack, but I gotta get to the close-up of these. I need to clean this one because there is dirt on the inside of it before it goes out. But man, there's some cool cues on here, but 140. If Nike loses customers, man, it's going to be because this constant increase in pricing, and that's what sneaker culture has done. And as you guys know, yeah, I'm a part of sneaker culture, but I operate as an analyst of sneaker culture. When people go into resale and they continuously buy these shoes at these elevated prices, man, it allows for Nike to make these adjustments. Should they make those adjustments? Hell no. They should not be making these adjustments. Not at all. Because a lot of this stuff, it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it, you know. As I sit here with a Nike shirt on and Nike all over my walls, you know, it's something to consider, man. Let me get to the close-up because you guys need to see this shoe. It's not that it's bad materials, it's just, it's not 140. Close-up. All right, now I'm going to take each one of these shoes one at a time, but the first thing I want to do is show you where on the side it says Air Sprung. And give you a look at this kind of a synthetic leather here, but you can see clearly this is almost like a linen over a backing piece that's layered on top of this secondary material that I think is muslin. I think that's muslin. And I know this is canvas. So you have a lot of small cues on this SE version of the shoe, including the stitching around the top of the shoe. And here on the back of the shoe, you have the swoosh, not on the back, but the back of the tag, swoosh, and then just do it. And then on the interior, you have the Nike Recycled here. And then this heel, where you have the mushroom. I don't want to pull this off, but I gotta show you guys. This thing comes off. It's not stitched on or anything. It's glued on. It's glued on. And I'm pretty sure, man, in transit, that thing could just kind of rub off. So you're gonna have people walking around with this that won't even have the mushroom on the back, possibly. It's just a really kind of a cop-out on the design. Kind of a cop-out on the design. For a kind of a cool looking shoe, man. For the Air Sprung. Also, you see the Air Sprung on the side here. Now, I'm picking up the left shoe because the left shoe has a different interior. It's got this butterfly, which looks like a monarch with a swoosh on one wing. And then you have the same cues on this shoe, the Air Sprung, and all of those small details. But, you know, you can look at the shape of the shoe and you can tell that there's no paper in it. It hasn't been worn. That's not a crease. It's just that there's no paper because of the move to zero. It's an interesting shoe, man. I don't know what the nickname is. I'll look that up and I'll put it in the description here or in my comments that will be in the notes on this video. But that's it for the Air Max 90 SE. I'm not sure. Once again, Air Sprung. That's what I'm calling it right now. And I'm going to wrap this video up and move on to the Terrascape.